Democracy has been adjudged globally as the best form of government, as it affords the citizenry the opportunity to decide who governs them and how they carry out the business of governance. Another beauty of democracy is that it gives the electorate the power to assess those in authority, even as it extends to the people the privilege to give knocks and cheers here and there.
The high points of modern democracies is participatory governance, that is, getting the people directly involved in the government of the day.
What should be the guiding principle of any democracy is performance. Look at what the government has done or not done, and then make a judgment call based on that.
One democratically elected leader who has demonstrated deep respect for these basic democratic principles is Governor Arthur Okowa of Delta State. Governor Okowa's election in 2015 was a clear manifestation of the burgeoning unity in the oil-rich South-South state, as his victory cut across the 3 senatorial districts and defied what many thought was a deep-seated difference among the diverse ethnic groups in Delta State. While crisscrossing the different communities in the 25 local government areas in the state, Senator Dr. Okowa made promises to the people.
We need to take Delta State continuously forward. We have come out with a 5-point agenda, and topmost on that agenda is wealth creation and generation of employment for our youths.
At inauguration into office as governor on May 29, 2015, the humility personified federal legislator re-echoed the promises of a better Delta in a 5-point development plan, codenamed SMART. The agenda revolves around wealth creation, commitments to peaceful and harmonious communities, improvements in agriculture and industrialization, reforms in health and education, as well as urban renewal. In the past 3 years and 4 months, Governor Okowa has kept faith with these promises, and in return, Deltans have been generous with their support for his administration.
The major problem Asaba was facing is drainage issue, but today Deltans can see he's doing well in checking the erosion. The waters are being channeled to the Niger, and the city is becoming better.
Look at Asaba. Asaba is not used to being like this. It's a lot better place. Come from the hinterland. I take a cab and everywhere is moving. Things are getting better.
I've seen the work that he has been doing in Delta State, so I'm really impressed, especially some of the roads that he constructed, and he also promised that he would do more.
Suffice it to say that Governor Okowa's doggedness and commitment towards providing an economically viable state that will in turn engender prosperity for the people was put to test by the Niger Delta crisis, which reared its ugly head with a devastating blow on the state finances. Mindful of his destination, Governor Okowa sued for peace and left no stone unturned to ensure the cessation of hostilities, especially in the creeks and across the state.
Our immediate primary concern is to ensure that this pit of bombing of critical oil infrastructure is put a stop. That's our concern, because it's an ill wind that is blowing nobody any good.
Distinguished Senator Arthur Ifeanyi has been wonderful, and the traditional rulers in Delta State as a whole will have to complement his efforts to make sure Delta State is peaceful and friendly to all investors to come here to invest.
I don't really like 30 years I did here. Everybody, they peace. They enter any place where he like. All my people, Hausa, Igbo, Fulani, all of them, then they peace.
Having secured the understanding and buy-in of the people, Governor Okowa surged on with project execution that have direct bearing on the lives of the people.
When the jetty have not been done, we are passing through plank jetty. It won't take months, before 2 months time, we get rotting. So now that this work we have done is very good.
I'm very happy, especially Now that we have gotten a new structures in our school, the head teacher, the teachers and the pupils, we are so happy.
Good roads, wherever it's located, attracts a lot of investment. A lot of businesses will come into the local government and children will be employed and people will not suffer anymore.
3 years down the line and through the administration's smart initiatives, the stage was set for the transformation of lives for the unemployed youths. The administration's programs and policies in job creation gave birth to what has today produced thousands of young entrepreneurs in the state.
I'm going to be rich very soon.
On August 26, 2015, the Youth Agricultural Entrepreneurship Program YAGEP and Skills Training Entrepreneurship Program STEP were launched. This was followed by the Production and Processing Support Program PPSP, Delta State Microcredit, and lately the Graduate Employment Enhancement Program JEEP.
As you talk, you dey do, we dey throw away.
Their successes so far recorded resonate across the state as thousands of Deltans are still being trained in various skills and empowered with starter packs to help set up their own businesses. Beneficiaries cut across the 3 senatorial districts of the state and are always in a hurry to tell the story of their accomplishment.
When they say I should come and collect what empowerment gift, I was surprised. And I went there with Keke to go and collect what I want to bet. I went there, but when I saw the things that they brought for me, it's not a thing that Keke can carry. And I go and shatter boss.
I will use myself as a case study. Since I focus on this, I have seen myself become an entrepreneur. I have even got my own brand, which is Okowa.
Another critical intervention by the administration that has triggered support across the 3 senatorial districts is the massive construction of rural-urban roads, even into the far creeks of coastal communities. These roads have helped to create unhindered movement between the urban and the rural dwellers. Since May 29, 2015 till date, the administration has awarded for construction, reconstruction and rehabilitation over 300 road projects across the 25 local government areas with a total length of 805 kilometers. A good number of the roads have been completed with line drains and commissioned. The ongoing construction of several storm drainages designed to de-flood Asaba and its environs will curb the ever-increasing Asaba flood. Storm waters from Jesus Save Streets, Nebisi, Anwai, DLA and Okpanam roads have been channeled to the storm drainage to empty into the River Niger through several water channels.
We're on the discharge points now. Like the other side is the flowing point, where is the discharge point. We are controlling everything down to make sure that particular problem there stops.
Once they succeed in this drainage, everything will be okay in Delta State. I believe that the governor is doing his best.
Despite the lean resources available to the state, vital infrastructural needs of the state have been receiving prompt attention. The upgrade of the Asaba International Airport and the ongoing construction of a 6-story secretariat and edifice, when completed, will house ministries and directorates in one center, as well as the completed and furnished Delta State Library have also triggered testimonies among Deltans.
It's not only a library, but it's an eye for Deltans to see the world and the world to see Deltans. Every book in the world is now in Delta State Library.
It didn't occur to me that they don't have video library around here. I was surprised. I just came back from school. My dad was like, new library is here. I said, okay, let me just try it out. An anatomy textbook I've been looking for a long time. They had it here, so I didn't need to spend money going to go and buy it. So instead, I'll be coming here.
I thank Governor Okowa for building this beautiful library, and the books that he bought here, the staffs are very gentle and brilliant. Okowa Isegu.
The health sector has also witnessed comprehensive upgrade of facilities. General hospitals across the 3 senatorial districts have been transformed. At Patani, Abavo, Ogara and Abo, among others, now boasts of modern medical facilities. The Okowa-led government has equipped Delta Specialist Hospital in Ogara, as well as General Hospital in Warri. This is without prejudice to equipping and building of new 250-bedroom hostels for schools of nursing and midwifery in the state, thereby giving the health sector the attention it deserves.
Me and my baby come here for treatment, and the attention they gave to us here was okay.
From the time of registration till delivery is free. They don't pay for anything. Lab investigations are free. Drugs are given to them free. Because of this free health care, a lot of women who used to go outside or go to traditional birth attendant, they now attend the hospital.
To further boost healthcare delivery, the Contributory Health Insurance Scheme is gaining public acceptance. Enrollees are already enjoying the benefits. The O5 initiative, the pet projects of the wife of the governor, has provided huge support to the smart agenda policy of Governor Okowa, as the initiative, in collaboration with Restore Sight Africa Foundation, has extended free eye Medicare to the vulnerable in the state in support of the state's healthcare program.
This venture now is privately sourced fund, not government funding. And so it's a good initiative. It's helping government a lot to reduce the burden of diseases of whatever nature in society.
Now the eyes is very clear now, and I can see more than how I'm not seen before.
So many of them came here blind. All they need to do is to go back to their community and say, once I was blind, now I can see. And then preach the gospel.
Another signpost achievement of the Okowa-led administration is the successful hosting of Confederation of African Athletics CAA, tagged Asaba 2018. To host the CAA, the Stephen Keshi Stadium, which was hitherto abandoned, was given a facelift in record time to pave way for the congregation of elite African athletes to compete for honors in Asaba.
We've been to other countries in Africa and we've seen the stadium, and this is a great one. Great achievement for the country of Nigeria to have something like this in our home.
Today, the state can boast of 6 technical schools in Abo, Iseluku, Ofagbe, Otogo, Kwale and Sapele. These are situated in each senatorial district and have undergone unprecedented renovation and facelift. Parents, teachers, and the state are already reaping the fruits of the transformation from these young entrepreneurs. The vocational and tertiary institutions are not left out, as massive reconstruction and renovation of structures, in addition to the upgrade of facilities, have continued.
When I came to this school, Ogo Technical College, the school workshop was not like this. It was the help of the government that we were able to have this equipment we have here. Our new toolbox, all the energy we have here are standard.
On your arrival, you saw that we're all working in the site. So this is a very good impression to tell you that they are really willing and ready to learn this.
I had this flair for sewing, but I was not able to really get into how to make sewing. But when the program came and I got admitted, it was wonderful and going somewhere.
The Iseluku Shoe and Traditional Aquaculture Factory is today itching to top the chart in the country. The state governments, in collaboration with United Nations Industrial Development Organization UNIDO, have provided a huge support to keep up the good works ongoing at the factory. Delta State women are not left out in the scheme of events. Cooperative societies and artisans have been empowered with loans through the Delta State Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency. A total of 593 cooperative societies have accessed loans to help boost their businesses.
Our agency is given the mandate to give out microcredit to help build SMEs, all with the aim of seeing that enterprises can stand on its own and entrepreneurs do not fall back out into unemployment.
Following these are welfare programs where poor widows are given stipends monthly to help them in their SMEs. It is worthy to note that these poor widows have also been enrolled by the government in the contributory health insurance scheme and their premium paid upfront.
This is Okowa power. We take that money to make it small business and we benefit inside now. We are happy. Say make Okowa go the second time again for a year 2019.
The commitment to accelerate industrialization, improve commerce, trade and provide better life for the urban and rural dwellers have propelled the Delta State government to embark on building and rebuilding of modern markets. Today, the modern markets in Sapele, Urerokwe, Bomodi, Owalero stand out.
The way government build the market, we like them. You go help me, I go market, go buy this when I know say I go sell. Where hospital feed my children and my family.
They're very okay. Everywhere they're very open and very okay. So they enjoy the market now.
The fulfillment of his promise of improved agriculture has resulted to food sufficiency for all Deltans, and this is largely driven by the administration's reform in the state's agriculture policy. Rice, cassava and oil palm farmers have received improved seedlings at reduced rates at each planting season, all in a bid to promote Back to Farm initiative of the state.
Rice is a commodity that Delta State has a lot of advantage, comparative advantage. What we principally do is to cultivate and process rice. It's a produce that takes only more than 20 days to be ready for harvest from the date of planting.
Our governor has done more, much more than expected in terms of empowering farmers in Delta State.
The three modular refineries under construction in Okpai, Kwale and Sapele clearly position the Okowa-led administration as a focused and people-oriented government.
The total project cost is about $42 million. Our equity contribution is effectively the land which we are putting into the project. We envisage that the project will be completed in about 9 to 12 months.
With these myriads of human-oriented development projects, it therefore was not surprising that Governor Ifeanyi Okowa has won several laurels and high-profile recognitions. The United Nations Nelson Mandela Leadership Prize, the Dignity of Man Awards by the University of Nsukka, which was followed by the University of Ibadan's recognition of its giant strides in wealth creation and infrastructure, the World Bank and the famous Edo College Old Boys Association, and very recently the Daily Independent Newspaper 2017 Man of the Year Awards are worth mentioning.
Happy of what he's doing for the state. And if you notice, the three of us are here, which shows that we're in support of what he's doing for the state. He has done quite well, especially the rural roads. He has done very well. And of course, wealth creation, which is really the main aspiration of anybody who's coming to the office. The two main things coming to the office in Delta is one, peace and security, and two, wealth creation.
There is no gainsaying the fact that no meaningful development can take place in an atmosphere of rancor. As such, Governor Okowa has attributed the success stories of his administration to the peaceful disposition of the traditional institution, youths, and other stakeholders in the state.
Governor Okowa is an epitome of peace. See, he believes in peace, he believes in dialogue. He approaches peace from the point of view of dialogue. For the oil companies to continue to operate is a big success on the part of the government.
The plethora of groundbreaking achievements have attracted the commendation of Deltans, who in the first place overwhelmingly gave Senator Dr. Arthur Okowa the mandate in 2015. The first group of people to return Governor Okowa unopposed are the good people of the Central Senatorial District, populated largely by the Urobo ethnic extraction.
We are here today to celebrate progress. We are here today to celebrate performance. We are here today to celebrate good governance. We are here today to celebrate prosperity.
The great Urobo nation pass a vote of confidence on His Excellency Dr. Arthur Okowa.
The Anyoma Nation in the Northern Senatorial District of Delta came out in one accord and with a clear voice to endorse Senator Dr. Okowa as their consensus candidate for the 2019 governorship election. To reaffirm their position, the Anyoma Nation rolled out their drums on the 21st of April 2018 in a show like no other, and were loud in their statement.
I want to assure you that we are solidly behind you in your second tenure, because we believe by the time you finish, it will become wealth creation and a state transformed to be one of the best in the world, and not only Nigeria.
One good turn will deserve another. That's why we believe that 2019 is a foregone conclusion.
I would like you to shout as much as you can for the endorsement of Governor Okowa for 2019. Those in favor, please say yes! Yeah! Your Excellency, you can see that Anyoma people have spoken with one voice, one destiny and one goal. And that is for you to come back in 2019 and end the good work you've started.
Leaders of other senatorial districts and other dignitaries in the likes of Deputy President of the Nigerian Senate, Ike Ekweremadu, Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike, the National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party PDP, Prince Uche Secondos, spoke at the event and advanced good reasons for supporting the people of Anyoma on the endorsement.
I'm here for a few reasons. To thank the people of Delta for your decision to return Governor Okowa back in 2019.
As far as we are concerned in Rivers State, Okowa should be preparing for the next swearing in.
We are proud of your son. We are proud of his achievements all over Nigeria and international level. They recognize that the last 3 years has been so rewarding for the people of Delta State as a whole.
My governor, I'm telling you, from Ethiope West local government area where I come from, -3 or 4 votes. We'll vote for you.
The cycle of senatorial district adoption was successfully completed at the Delta South PDP rally in Ole. The Ole Stadium was filled to capacity, and the surging overflow of mammoth crowd typified a political fanfare. It was enough proof that Governor Okowa has been consistent and keenly devoted to the total fulfillment of his 2015 electioneering promises to the electorate.
Your Excellency, Delta South is peculiar. Peculiar because of the various ethnic groups that we have. And it is the ethnic groups that speak and decide on behalf of the Senatorial District. And all the ethnic groups in Delta South have spoken and they've sent one message. Your Excellency, they say they want you back 2019. And this one, primary not go day. Not be so? Not so. This is the beginning of the rally for the main election. Yes. We are going to work very strongly for you.
The giant strides in all the sectors covered by the SMART agenda have equally triggered corresponding endorsements beyond the rally grounds.
One thing that I believe he has achieved that makes us, the youth, happy now is this stadium of a thing. He's good to go for the second tenure.
You go again now. Person wey see place where they work, go know say you go vote for him now. The one where they switch me pass, now the general hospital where they work, I go vote for him. I build peace, but I go vote for PDP.
The reciprocal show of love and appreciation that pervade the atmosphere in Delta on account of the statewide distribution of development projects by the Okowa-led administration clearly signals another round of overwhelming victory for Governor Ifeanyi Okowa in the 2019 governorship election.
Okowa try for us, so God bless Okowa for us. So Okowa is a go. You can see that we are very smart. Nothing is hiding us. Nothing can hide us from Okowa. Okowa is a go. It's a go. It's a go.
Run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where Okowa they do. You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where Okowa they do. I see a job and work creation in Delta. Make the youth say them higher. Okowa. I see good roads everywhere in Delta. Make the people say them cola. Come live in Delta. Say me I say. Come invest in Delta. Come explore the potentials of our state.